Parents, we all dread that moment when we suddenly see our kids cover their ears, drop to the ground in the grocery store, or just have an absolute meltdown for something that we don't seem like to us is a really good reason. When kids get overstimulated, they have meltdowns or emotional outbursts or lots of different behaviors to let us know, I can't process the world around me and I need help or I need out of this environment. So when we look at overstimulation from a neurological perspective, it's like a traffic jam. Just absolutely way too much information is getting up to your child's brain and they are so overwhelmed by the confusing signals that they don't know where to go or how to get out of the jam. If we look at the way that the nervous system is wired, your autonomic nervous system has two branches, your parasympathetic and your sympathetic. When we get stuck on sympathetic, which is our fight or flight side, this is what happens. The body is rapidly bringing information into the brain because it wants to survive whatever stressful situation happens to be going on. So it's bringing up tons of information and trying to make snap decisions. This doesn't work well for our kiddos when they're in a classroom and trying to do a test and their brain thinks that they're running from a bear. So how do our kids get here? A lot of times we see kids go through this process. We call it the perfect storm. It's a sequence of stresses that leads our kids with stress stuck on, with sympathetic stuck on. A lot of times it starts with maternal stress while you're pregnant, birth trauma, early physical, chemical, and emotional stresses for our kiddos, and it snowballs into our kids having these sensory struggles or overwhelm struggles later in life. So what are some signs of these? Physical signs can be headaches, nausea, fatigue. You might see irritability, anxiety, outbursts. You might even see difficulty focusing, meltdowns, attention-seeking behaviors. These kids aren't happy in their environment. They're not comfortable in their environment. So they're going to react to that and they're going to seek out rescue, right? They're going to want to get out of it. They want to escape these environments. They want to get away from the noise. They want to get away from whatever stimulation it is that is overwhelming them. And so what we do in our office that's so different than other offices is we run neurological scans. I want to know, how overwhelmed is your kiddo? What's that look like in their little brain? What do they need to finally calm down? When we can measure with our EMG that volume of signals and the clarity of signals going body to brain, this is such a game changer for parents because they better understand what their kid's going through, and it's a game changer for kids because we can help change this, help get their nervous system to work more efficiently so that they aren't bombarded and overwhelmed by a ton of confusing signals all of the time. They can actually get some clarity back in that system and understand their environment, which helps them to react differently to their environment. If this is your kiddo, you're interested in the scans or want to learn more, send us a message or click on the link in our bio on Instagram to learn more about how you can help your overstimulated kiddo thrive again.